Welcome to the lecture of Flexible AC Transmission System. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the another shunt compensation technique, namely STATCOM. So, this will be our content or presentation layout. That is, introduction to the STATCOM, then the basic principle of operation of the STATCOM, then how it will be operated, that is the operation of STATCOM, then the comparison of the STATCOM with the rotational solution, that is the synchronous condenser. Now, the static var generator discussed in the previous section, like the SVC, it will generate the or absorb the controllable reactive power by the synchronously switching the capacitor at the reactor bank. So, this is the principle of operation of SVC. But here in STATCOM, our aim is to produce a variable reactive shunt impedance, and that can be adjusted to meet the compensating requirement. Now you know that the P is equal to EV by X into sin delta, that is sending in voltage into receiving in voltage divided by line reactance multiplied by sin of delta angle. So we generally change the value of X to change the power handling capability P max. So that was in the SVC. So we will not introduce any impedance here, rather we will control the voltage V without use of extra capacitor or reactor by using the power electronics converter. So in STATCOM, basic principle of power changing the P max is to control the V or to control the E. These converters are operated in the voltage source converter or current source converter. They produce the reactive power without the storage of actually reactive elements. So inductor or capacitor will not be there. That is one of the basic advantage of the STATCOM. Essentially, without effective energy storage components, by circulating the alternating current along the phase of the AC system, so that it will dynamically control and it will be the faster in action than the SVC. And functionally, this operation is similar to the ideal synchronous machine over-excited synchronous generator if it is compensating VAR. Whose output voltage or output power can be varied by changing the field excitation. Essentially, you have static solution, and that was the rotational solution. So, when the static synchronous condenser is operated without the energy storage sources, or with appropriate control to function as a shunt connected wire active compensator, where it is a rotational solution, we have to rotate the system at the synchronous speeds. So how this terminology STATCOM came? Analogously to the rotating synchronous compensator or rotating synchronous condenser, it is a static synchronous compensator, or the condenser is there, and static plus compensator has been joined together and STATCOM is formed. So essentially it is a stationary overexcited synchronous generator. From static plus condenser, it is also termed as the STATCOM. Now, how it works? The controllable reactive power can be generated by all types of DC to AC and AC to AC switching converters. For example, this task may be done by the matrix converter. The normal function of converter is to change the DC power to the AC and AC power of one frequency to the another frequency. That is the example of matrix converter. The power converter of either type consisting of the array of solid state switches which are connected to form the input terminal to the output terminal. Consequently, the switching power converters have no internal storage capacity, and therefore instantaneous output power is equal to the instantaneous input power, assuming that the system losses may be negligible. Now, distinguish according to whether the shunted by the voltage source, that is capacitor, or if the DC link is an inductor, then it will be the current source. Both the topology may be possible, but voltage source is more advantageous and it can handle a huge amount of power. Otherwise, the size of inductor in case of current source inverter will be high and the cost of inductor will be too high, and for this purpose we will prefer the voltage source converter. Although The AC to AC power converters have an application potential in the fact devices, but they are not economical for the high power applications. When we have AC to AC converters, we require to use the matrix converter, and it will have the 9 switches, and the single switch cannot handle that kind of power. So we require to cascade the number of switches will go high, and for this reason we cannot apply this converter for very high voltage applications. Though the material is coming like this silicon carbide based material, which may enable us to use it for the high rating, but practically it is not possible to get. So for this reason, converters presently employed in the fax controller are the voltage source type converter, but the current source type converter may be used in the few cases, but mostly they are the voltage source converters. Because of the practical advantages of the voltage source converter, and it offers the more practicable as well as more used in the actual practical systems. Now let us come to the point of the basic operating of the STATCOM, the basic operating principle of the reactive power generation by the voltage source converter, and it is same like to the conventional rotating synchronous machine. So there is no difference in it, but it is a static solution instead of the previous was our dynamic solution or rotary solution. The purely reactive power flow, the three-phase induced electromagnetic forces EA, EB and EC of the synchronous rotating machines are in phase with the system voltages VA, VB and VC. So we will get the reactive current I drawn by the synchronous compensator is determined by the magnitude of system voltage V, then the internal voltage E and the total reactance X, depending on whether E is more than V or V is greater than E. The reactive current I will be minus of, or the sign of I will change, and so the direction of current will change. So corresponding reactive power will be given by 1 minus E by V divided by X into V square. So by controlling the excitation of the machine, and hence the amplitude of E can be controlled, and so the reactive power flow can be controlled. That is, Q may be controlled. So Q may be absorbed or Q may be generated. So this is the principle of operation of the rotational transformer, and same thing we can use here in case of the STATCOM. So generally we require to use the full control switches. For this we prefer for the low frequency applications the GPOs, and for high frequency applications we prefer the IGBTs, and thus for this reason we require to connect the coupling transformer that essentially reduces the operating voltage of the device. This is the rotational solution of the synchronous condenser, and we have the same thing, but it will be replaced by the static device or static switching devices called STATCOM. Now increasing E beyond V, that is operating in the overexcited mode, it will result in leading current, and that is the machine now acting as a synchronous condenser or capacitor. Now, and decreasing the value of E below V, it will operating the underexcited mode, producing the lagging current, and the machine is acting as an inductor or reactor. To compensate the mechanical loss and the electrical loss, some amount of real power will flow from AC system to the machine, and that is to meet the losses. If the excitation of the machine is controlled so that the corresponding reactive power may be controlled. Now, what is STATCOM? The principle of operation of STATCOM will be same, but here you will have the DC to AC switching. Here also have a AC to DC switching. We may have both AC to DC as well as DC to AC for the opposite direction. So these devices will act as an inverter or rectifier. So we may treat it as a converter. From a DC input voltage provided by charged capacitor Cs, the converter produces controllable three-phase output voltage with the frequency of AC power, and it is coupled to the corresponding to AC system by relatively small inductance. Reactance is generally 0.1 to 1.5 per unit value. Sometimes students ask how to design the inductor for the STATCOM, so the range of X should be varying to 10% to 15%. Now by varying the amplitude of output voltage produced, that will be V0, the reactive power changes between the converter and the system can be controlled in a manner similar to that of the rotary synchronous machine. If the amplitude of the output voltage V0 is increased above the system AC voltage, essentially it will act as a synchronous condenser. Then the current flows through the tie reactance from the converter to the AC system, and the converter generates the reactive or capacitive power to the AC system. That is the principle of operation. For this reason, this voltage is required to be higher than the rectified DC voltage. Generally, it will be 30% higher depending on the how much you are going to compensate. Now, if the amplitude of the output voltage is decreased below that of the AC system, then the reactive power current flow from AC system to of the converter, and the converter will absorb the reactive power. And in third case, if the amplitude of output voltage is equal to the system voltage, then the reactive power exchange will be 0. So there will be no reactive power exchange from the system to the supply, or from supply to the STATCOM. So it is in the floating state. The practical converter used for the STATCOM is a single phase H bridge or three phase two level or multi-level inverter depending on the rating and size of the inverter. The three-phase output voltage is generally generated by the voltage source DC to AC converter operated from an energy storage capacitor. So sometimes nowadays STATCOM is fitted with the solar panel, so it will also supply the real power in case of the distributed generation. Now in this slide we will see what is the difference between the synchronous condenser and the STATCOM. The synchronous condenser generally have a huge amount of energy requirement. In the synchronous condenser, while rotating, the DC field winding of the rotor results in the generating the AC voltage in the stator winding through the magnetic induction. So since the rotating part is required maintenance, the STATCOM generates the AC voltage by synchronous operation of the switches. So that is the static in nature. As compared to the synchronous condenser, the STATCOM output voltage can also have many harmonics due to the switching harmonics, and that's why it will generate the lot of harmonics. But power system is a low pass filter, and the switching harmonics will be automatically mitigated, or you can put low pass filter, so ultimately those harmonics will be seen. This is one of the disadvantages of the STATCOM, that is, it generates the lot of harmonics or switching frequency harmonics. And what is the advantages of it? It is faster in response because overexcited synchronous generator has the inertia. So you will get if you wish to change the voltage level, and it cannot be done instantaneously. It will take certain amount of time to respond it. So for this reason, the response time is much faster than the changing system conditions. So it does not contribute to the short circuit current. It has the symmetric lead-like capability. It has no moving parts, and thus maintenance is easier. So you have more reliability in case of the STATCOM. It has no problem of loss of synchronism, because sometimes, let's see, the prime mover is required to shut down because of low power flow of the steam, whatever the problem may be. So this kind of situation does not arise under the major disturbances. So it will require a very less energy to work on. So it does not have any problem of synchronization.